I got all of my stuff welded and ground off here, more or less. I've got a little bit of place right here where the fender bends over my rod. I need to clamp that up and weld it. I can see I got a few holes here in it. I can just weld these from the inside. And then got to put a rod in here to keep this from flexing. It's actually pretty strong, but with 2 or 3 bends or breaks in it, I don't know, maybe I'll patch the brakes up and see how well I go. Looks like I've got a pretty good hoop-de-doo right here I need to fix. But that's what I'm going to do, is try to fix this little minor stuff, weld it up. My bottle's already out, so I've still got a little CO2 left, so I'm tired of welding and burning on this. Cost me $100 worth of gas, but I'm just going to patch up these corners here, drill all of my little brackets. I got a bunch of stuff right there I got to grind off. Mount this fender solid, and I need to weld up some of this stuff here. I think the fender's coming right in this area. I'll probably just tack that in. I'm not going to go for a real good job or anything. I started working on them lower bolt holes here. This looks like it's in pretty good shape. I just put them back together where they're cracked and tacked them. So it gave me a pretty nice curve here. It's probably real close to this one. This one looks pretty straight, and this one's got a little bit of a curve to it, but they're real close. I'll pull it off and finish welding it up in bolt holes. Well, I determined that approximately the middle of this was dead straight on the other one, so I put me a big board in here, and I've used a straight body tool that'll give me a good straight part in here, and then I'll weld a couple plates over where these holes were, and that should hold it in that shape. Well, I put a couple little stainless plates back in behind there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but and then just welded it up, built up the hole with rod, grind it down. I think that'll probably hold it straight. We'll pull it off and see what it looks like. That actually worked pretty good. It's not perfectly straight, but it straightened it out a lot. Slight curve to it. And this one, actually, it's got a slight curve to it too. And this bottom piece has got to go in. Anyway, that looks good for the fender. Got good fingers width in here. It's on the body of the truck good. all this pretty much lines up. So next step is to make some bolt holes and mount it. Well, I'm right on top of my other, there's my other bolt hole. Gotta mount one there. Drill a hole there. I need to grind up all that weld and that. This is good. One bolt hole there. Yep. Need to clean this up right here. I can feel it's a little rough inside. But that fender is pretty much a done deal except for mounting. I got so sick of welding on this, I decided I'd just cover it with body filler. And surprisingly, it's not as bad as I thought. That's a fairly thin coat. Up here on top, it's real good. This one patch I made is good. But it looks like I've got a big low spot right here. But really not all that bad, considering it was completely gone when I started. But I'll let this harden up, have some lunch, and I'll knock it off with a DA real quick and throw another coat on it, and I should be fairly close to a product. Anyway, that stopped me welding on it. Well, I knocked this down with a DA. Didn't take long. Now you can really see there where it was bad. I'll try to dolly that out a little bit, but basically the bondo covered it up really good. It's got a pretty nice curve to it. I'll try to fix this right here just a little bit. Try to dolly that some. The rest of it, not a lot I could do. Some places there maybe, but basically I can sort of squirt this stuff here with some flat black paint and just leave the rest of the rust and stuff on it. Maybe knock some of that black paint off. The black paint actually works pretty good with that rust converter. And I'll be able to just sort of leave this fender with the rust, and it'll get rust converted and look like the rest of it. But basically it don't look bad at all. I got a couple little low spots in it. I think one more thin skim of bondo across here. The front of this will look real nice. I don't really want to start getting into doing all this body work. I'll be here again for days, but I am going to knock some of that out just because it was obviously bent and crushed, and that'll help get the fender a little more strength. Maybe I'll do that, throw some more body putty on it, we'll have another look. Alright, threw another thin coat on it. Probably knocked 95% of the dents out. Still got a little low spot right there. But this fender turned out good. And I did the edge there. We got some kind of shape in it. That takes some more work. But all of this side patch has now disappeared. Got pretty nice bends on all of it, nice curves. I never did really finish grinding it right in there, but that all cleaned up good. So that's not going to be bad at all. I can hit that with some black paint. Fine. Well, bondo is a long, painful thing too. I still have more metal work and grinding to do, but I'm done welding on this fender. Bondo made sure of that. Well, I sanded that off a little, and I just hit it with a flat black sandable primer. Yeah, I can see where it's shiny, where it hit the metal, but basically it looks fine. Good enough. It's round, got a shape to it. It looks like a fender. Look like that bottom piece that I fixed over here. Well, it holds up. That's straight. So good enough. I will put some more bondo on it, but basically it looks nice. Not as good as the other one, of course, but more than good enough for what I started out with. Still got quite a bit of roughness in it. That's fine. Whole truck is kind of like that. I will work on it a little more though. Still got some to do around there, and I still have my mounts to do. I'm going to clean this part up a little bit. Can't really get my DA into it right there. Clean up that corner. Fix my weld there. Anyway, Mr. Fender is pretty much a product. Took a long time, most of a week. Bottle of air and a bunch of stainless and a roll of wire.